Welcome to part 2 of Competency 17. In this video, we will work with probability distribution. We will learn probability distribution, which is a chart that we can create on our TI-84. Then we will use the Var Stat option, which will give us the items listed at the top of your screen. Okay, we will begin by creating a probability distribution with our TI-84, which is just simply a chart. And this will get us the L1, L2 that we need for our mean and our standard deviation. And then after that, we'll use another option to get our sigma squared, or our variance. Okay, number one. Oh, before we begin, please make note that on the TI-84, not 85, on the TI-84, the mean or average is the mu, or, well, actually, mu is what you'll see on your paper and on your coursework and in your textbook. But it'll be the same thing, X bar, on your TI-84, which in class they'll tell you, when to recognize that, when to not. Okay, but for the TI-84, they're all the same. An experiment consists of tossing an ordinary coin twice. Construct a probability distribution to represent the number of tails. Okay, I have created it here for you. 0 means we're getting, remember we need tails, we'll get heads. We get one of them, or we can get 2 tails. And the probability is a fourth for getting 2 heads. For getting one or the other is a half. For getting 2 tails is a fourth. Okay. All right. So we push edit. Oh, I'm sorry, stat. It's highlighted edit. Enter. Okay. And I'm going to quickly clear these out for those of you who don't know how to do this. Now, I'm pushing clear. Note, it's clear. And then enter. Never push delete when you're in the L1, L2, your list heading. From experience, don't do it. Not a fun time. Okay, so then we push stat, edit, and now we have it cleared out. Okay, we have cleared, right? But we want to populate. Well, we could auto-populate, we will show that on a different video. For now, it's 0, enter, 1, enter, 2, enter. First column. Now let's go to the second column. We have 1/4, 1/2, 1/4. Okay, now we have completed number 1. We have properly populated what we need. For number 2, we continue. What are the values of the mean or mu? Remember, we're looking for X bar on the TI-84. And the variance, which I'll go through, that's our sigma squared. I'll show you how to deal with that guy. Okay, so what are we going to do? First, we want to quit that second mode. Now we push stat and we arrow over. That's calculate. So we want number 1, our var stat, 1 var stat. Enter. Okay, it's already populated with L1, L2, but I'm going to clear that out and show you where to get it, because you could use L3, L4, and so on. Okay, that is second. Go to number 1. Notice above number 1, there is a blue L1, and sorry about that, and that is exactly what we need. And then we'll go here. I'll clear it out. Second, number 2. Okay, push enter, enter, and we get a list of items that we can use. Okay, so I noticed that we Actually, I know for a fact by looking at our answer choices that we don't have the correct option. Not a big deal. And I know exactly what I need to correct. So I go back and I look at my list. When you make a mistake, look at your list. Okay, my list says 0, 1, 2, 1/4, 1/4. Okay, that's correct. So let me see what the other mistake might have been. Let's go to arrow over. Let's go back to the var one. Oh, look at that. That says L2. Nope. Let's clear that out. We need to say second L1. Enter, enter, enter. Now it's correct. Okay, our X bar is 1. That's our mean. That eliminates A and D. And then our sigma X, which is what you need to look for. I know it says sigma X. It's different from what might be on your in your text. But that isn't the answer we need yet. We need that squared. Well, you could sit and write that down and punch it back into your calculator. We are not going to do that. You push second and quit or mode, second mode, which gives you the blue quit above it. Then you push vars 5, and notice that number 4 in the list is a sigma X again. Okay, so we push 4. I'm going to push enter so you could see that. Push enter. That's the number we had. Now we square it, enter. We're looking for 1/2. Now, when you look at your answer options, this is 0.51. Don't rush to that answer. I almost made that mistake before. Isn't this a half? Yes. So our option is C. B goes away. Okay. Now let's go back to this real quick. Let's go to our vars 5, 4. Go ahead and just push our X square button. Mean we're squaring it. Enter. Same thing. You don't have to push the button to see what the number is. It's just a habit of mine. Number 3, an experiment consists of rolling an ordinary die. Construct a probability distribution. We'll do that on our TI-84. Note, in a printed table, L1 is X and L2 would be our P of X. So we'll move on with that. You'll see that in a moment. Okay, so what do we need to do? So first, we need to go to our stat and look at our list. Okay, there's our list. Okay, we've cleared out our list, but we need to populate it with 1 to 6. You can do that by 1 enter, 2 enter, and so on. Let's do it differently. You need to highlight your L1, push second stat, arrow over. That gives us ops. You notice that that's in your illustration next to your list that you're going to get. Okay, so now we need to go down to number 5. Okay, now this is populated with 1/6 as the expression. Go back to your problem. What is the probability of one die, one number cube? It is 1/6 or 1/6. So we can push enter. Now we have X is our variable. And I just said that our L1 is X. So you enter. We're starting at 1, ending at number 6. We're going by steps of 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And enter, enter. Now, always look for this. This is a mistake I'll make. I'll end up in the cleared screen with this statement here at the bottom where your cursor is. This is what you want to see. You don't want it on the blank screen. It won't populate. Now let's push enter. Pre-populated. Love to see that. And we just populated it in the wrong place. So we populated the right thing in the wrong place. So let's clear it out. Gives us practice, right? I should have known better, but we still need to clear L2. So clear L2. Okay. Highlight it back. Where were we? We go back to stat. Oh, no, 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 no. Clear that out. Second stat. Go over to ops. Number 5. Now we're in a fourth, and so on and so on and so on. Enter, 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 enter. Oh, see, clear screen. That's where I told you don't want to be. That's not good. So we need to go to our list, populate it. Okay, second, see how easy it is for it to pop out of it? Now let's make sure. Let's see if we're back where we want to be. Enter, 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 enter. We are where we want to be. Enter. Ah, that's the automatic population we wanted. So let's go and compare what we did wrong before. Okay, second, stat, arrow over, 5. Ah, we want to put in just our sequence of x values in our L1. That means we need to have x twice. Our expression needs to be our x value. That's the difference. Everything else is exactly the same. You will have to practice and play with this to get it right. As you notice, I've done this a lot and I still made mistakes. Now, this is going to give you ones for all of our X options in a sequence. Push, and it did. Just go back and practice and look at the sample. You can pause the video and look at how here in your picture here, all this to remind you in practice. We have exactly what we want for number 3. So let's go to number 4. Okay, from above, what are the values of the mean, which is mu, the standard deviation, which is our sigma, and the variance, our sigma squared? And we're going to have some rounded answers, just so you know, so we'll have to look for that. Okay, so we're using the list that we already have. So what do we need to do? We need to bounce out of it. Now we need the clear screen. So this is where we're using our vars. So stat, calculate, it highlights our one var stats. We need that L. And we have it pre-populated for our L1 and L2, which is what we're using. So we can just enter through, and that gives us our mean and our standard deviation. Okay, let's look at what we have. 3.5. So we need to get rid of D. Now, what's our standard deviation? I see. Ooh, we're down to these two. Gets rid of that. Now, we need to see what that you can either enter in the calculator what we have here, or we can do what we did before. Second mode, which is quit. Now we need to go to our second vars. Nope, I'm sorry. Just go to our vars. Sorry about that. Vars 5. Number 4, remember it's our number 4 there. That on our TI-84 is our sigma X. 4. Okay, let's go ahead and just push enter. Make sure that we get the correct number. Yes, for our standard deviation or sigma. Now we push square, enter. Which one? Ah, C. C is our option. Okay, we can get rid of this right here. All right, let's go to number 5. Okay, number 5. Those round number circles are there for a reason. Let's read our problem. Number 5 says a jar of 20 marbles has the following mix. 3 of them are labeled number 1. 5 of them are labeled number 2. 4 of them are labeled number 3. 8 of them are labeled 4. Okay. What are the values of the mean and standard deviation? Okay. So we have to create our list. So stat, enter. Okay. We don't have to, I mean, you could clear all this out, but there's no need to. Okay. This is where I caution, but you need to remember that it's okay to use delete inside the columns. Okay, remember I warned you never use it on your L1, L2, or L3 titles. So I'm going to push delete, delete, we're good. Now I need to go back up. Okay, I'm going to clear L2. Okay, so for the first grouping, there were 3 of them. For the second grouping, there were 5 of them. For the third grouping, there was 4. Fourth, there were 8. Okay, so I say grouping of marbles, kind of kept it straight in my mind. Okay, so we have our list. Now we want to back out. We have our L1, our L2. Second mode, vars, stat. Arrow over, calculate. Now we're in var stat. First one, we have L1, then L2, correct. Arrow over, and we have our X bar mean. So that gets rid of B and C. Now we need, okay, we're just looking for sigma on its own. Remember, on our TA84, oh, here, there, let me do it like this. On our TA84, that will be sigma X, okay? So right here, down here, it's 1.10. Did they round? No, no, no. My eyeballs aren't seeing it correctly. 1.1079. Yes. So they didn't round. Okay. Awesome. Number 6. A popular magazine conducted a survey among its readers. The survey asked how many long vacations, on average, the subscribers took each year. A long vacation was defined as one that lasted at least 2 weeks. Let X represent the number of long vacations where X equals 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Assume that no subscriber would choose 5 or more. That means 5 or more long vacations. A total of 1,000 people responded as follows. Okay, so what we need to do is go ahead. Before that, before we enter anything, the question actually is, what is the mean and standard deviation? Okay, so we need to push stat. Number 1's what we want, and long vacations. Well, before we can enter, let's clear out each of our lists here. And actually, I'm going to clear them all out to eliminate some confusion. All right, clear, enter. Notice I'm using clear, not delete. And if you've watched other videos with me, I keep reminding you of that. Okay, because other calculators, you use delete to clear the list. Well, that's not a good idea when you go to your L1, L2, L3, and so on. Okay, so now we have X. Well, X is our L1. Okay, So let's see here. All of these go, let's put those in our L1. Okay, you can put them in a different list, but whatever list you put them in, you need to remember. Okay, and then all of these guys right here, they're going to be our L2. Okay, let's get started. So we have 0, enter 1, enter 2, enter 3, enter, and 4, enter. Okay, we go over and we have 100. They said we didn't take long vacations. Okay. And then the next group says 280. Okay. And then 350. And then 220. And then finally 50 people said that they took long vacations. Now, word of warning on that 50, when you get down the bottom of the list, always make sure you push enter, because if you don't push enter, what will happen is, here, I'm going to try to move this over so you can still see the numbers. Okay. All right. So what I'm saying, if you don't press enter, it's not going to be there. Then you're going to go through the motions and then have to figure out what you did incorrectly. Remember, if things don't turn out correctly, your numbers don't match your A, B, C, D options, go back to your original list always. Okay, now we need to push stat, go over to calc. Number 1 is what we want. And see, my list is not populated correctly. So I need to say second, number 1, press enter. Second, number 2, press enter. Remember, we are working with a frequency list, okay? All right, then press enter again. Here's my numbers. So my mu, my X bar is, remember on the calculator, it's the same as your paper mu here. Okay, we need to get rid of C and we need to get rid of D. And did it ask for standard? Yes, standard deviation, not variance. So, which one of these rounds appropriately? Ooh, they're very close. And they are going for the sample. Either way, they're about the same. Yep, there you go. Option B, A is not an option. Okay, let's go to the next one then. All right, we have about the same thing going on. Number 7, a baker is deciding how many batches of muffins to make to sell in his bakery. He wants to make enough to sell to everyone, but no fewer. Through observation, the baker has established a probability distribution in the table. What is the mean, variance, and standard deviation? Well, thank goodness it's a very short list, okay? All right, so go back to your stat. Number 1's what we want, and let's just clear everything out. Clear enter. Go up, clear enter. It's just better to see what you're doing. Okay, we have 1 to 4. Okay, 1, enter, 2, enter, 3, enter, 4, enter. Pop it over. Okay, so looks like he has occasions where he knows what he sells. Okay, good deal. All right, so the probability is for the first one 0, 1, 2, enter, 0, 3, 5, enter, 0.4. You don't need to press the 0, it'll be fine, and 0.1, enter. Okay, looks like we're good to go. I'm just double checking my numbers. Okay, stat, arrow over, and it should be set up already, and it is in L1, L2. Press enter, and we can eliminate C and D. Now we're down to A and B. All right, of course, we don't know the variance until we calculate it. So let's go over to standard deviation. And looks like we don't have a good sample deviation, so let's go with what they give us. Okay, right? I'll buy that. However, we still need to double check by going VARs, number 5. And remember, we didn't have a sample. That's number 3. So we're using 4. Okay, and press square, enter. And there you go. Perfect. All right. This is the last question in this video. I wanted to thank those of you who have been watching and sending fabulous comments. Thank you guys. And I'm sorry about some of the videos needing to be edited or fixed. I'm working on that as well as adding other videos. And thank you for sharing and liking. And you subscribers, you are phenomenal. Happy testing, everyone.